Hello everyone and welcome back to PazzoGaming. Today we're going to continue on from our last episode where we wired up basically all the data banks that we have over here and all the rows of ME drives along with our we just still have the two storage cells that we have created, one fluid and one storage cell. And what we're going to do is we're going to wire these in with a P2P network into our main network. So just running through this really quick, we've connected all the drives above to these green networks over here on the one side, and this we'll call Bank A. This side we'll call Bank B, and again we wired them all up so they all connect to the bottom of the ME drive. We've also extended our main ME network, which is our distribution network, which is orange, and we wired it over to just in front of where we're going to split out our P2P. So what we're going to do, very first thing we're going to do is put a smart cable just on top, a little 8-1, and this will allow us to place two P2P devices where we need them, much like we've done over here. So we've already done this step, so what I'm going to do is I'll leave this one connected. We've placed it. We haven't connected it to anything else yet. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through how to make the P2P panels, I guess we'll say first, which are these ones. And they're made by having 3 iron ingots, 1 engineering processor, along with 3 flux crystals along the bottom. And they can be pure or they could be the regular flux crystals. And that will give you one of your P2P tunnel ME panels that we're going to use. Well, I look at this if I pull this up really quick too, as you can see, there's lots of other different types of P2P tunnels, and we're going to go through them as we develop our base. We will go through all of them, and we'll probably do a summary video too shortly in the next few episodes here that will go through all the different types. So there's redstone, there's RF, there's ME, fluids, there's light, there's items, and there's EU. So these are all the various items that you can basically tunnel within a network. So the easiest way to show this really is what we're going to do is we're just going to build a really quick little diagram here of what we're trying to do. So we got our one network over here. I'm going to build another network, just kind of showing you how it's all connected here. We'll put it over here, and we got our connection over here. And what I'm going to do is put one branch up on each side. And we'll take our panels, which we have 3 of them here. We're going to connect one there, connect one there, and what we're going to do is join them up. So this is just to give you a really quick visualization of what we're trying to do. So normally this channel, this main one right here, can only consume or hold 32 channels, period, within it, and that's it. And actually these are facing the wrong way, so I should turn these around. It should be on this side. So I'm going to go the other way. So yeah, so as I was saying, this main channel here in the middle can normally only hold 32 channels. And as you can see, we're using 2 of the 32 utilized by 1 device on this side and 1 device on this side. However, what you can do is you can actually tunnel channels throughout the network. So where you would do this is you would do, let's say you put an ME controller. So we'll grab one of those. And we'll put it, let's say, right here. And we're going to let's grab 2 more of the P2P. We'll grab specifically the ME ones just for this demonstration. And what we're trying to do, what we can show is we can have one off each side here. And we'll connect them up, we'll do it very crudely. But as you can see, this network now, the orange network, has a total of 4 channels in use on it. 1 going to this side, 1 going to here, 1 going to this side, and 1 going to here. However, what this allows for is it allows us to extend our network without running a whole bunch of cables out very efficiently. So each side of our controller can hold 32. It's not lit up right now because it's not powered, but it can hold 32 channels. So we got 32 over here, 32 over here for a total of 64. This channel over here, we're going to have, let's say, all our devices connected to this. So this is where we'd have, I don't know, let's say it's our panels, our machines. Let's say this side's our data store, like this one, and this one might just be an interface network. So it may simply just have just a panel on it, just for viewing what's going on it on this side. And what what this will let you do is it'll let you tunnel basically this screen to this screen through this network. So only utilizing 2 channels to do that, but I can bring 32 channels all the way through to this side. Again, I can do that same thing over here. So we're going to do this and bring this straight through. In our network, we've made the orange network as our distribution network, or our primary distribution, which will basically just be filled with these P2P tunnels, carrying the 32 channels out to various aspects of our base. You could also run straight out a big connection all the way out, but this just prevents you from running a big cable like this. You can run a very small one. You could even run some Ender IO, which would physically get it down to a smaller space. It also allows you just to make better use and resources of what you have, because it actually consumes quite a bit to get all these things out there. So that's what we're doing on a small scale. We're doing for our base. So once you've made your panel, I'm going to say make a few of them. I'm just going to I'll just grab a few more here so we don't have to destroy our sample in case we need to come back. You also need to make a few memory cards, and I've picked up 4 of them I've already created, but they're made with having 1 calculation processor, 2 iron ingots, 2 gold ingots, and 1 redstone. And what you're going to do is basically you're just going to connect multiple sides, much like how we did on this side for our controller, to this point. So that'll be 1 network, or 1 pairing, I guess we'll call it. This side to this side will be another pairing, and then we're going to also do, once we've done the 2 data bank sides, we're going to do a distribution network, and we're going to just run a interface panel right here that will allow us to interact and take things in and out of the network, kind of spreading out throughout our base here a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is go down to our controller, and we're going to place the P2P networks that we need. So we're following the orange cable all the way in. This goes right into our controller here. So I'm going to put 1 more for a total of 3 then. So we have 3 on this network, 3 of these P2P tunnels. And as you can see, they're directly on the one side of the controller in each square. And each square, again, can bring 32. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to place 3 different cards down here. And we'll try and keep them organized. It can get confusing when you have them. And what you want to do is the memory cards, you could save settings, so we can connect it to this side. We can also place the settings that are on the card into a device. So if you want to save the settings to the memory card from the device, we're going to hold down left shift and we're going to right click on the memory card, and it should say settings saved successfully. Then we're going to go to our next one. We'll move 1 over, do the same thing again, and 1 more time. So now we've bound these 3 cards to these 3 devices, and what we're going to do is set up the matching pairs on the other side. So the very first one we're going to do is the left bank, which we'll call bank A of our network. Put this right here. Put another one right here. So as you can see, they're joined in, splitting out from this network. This network has a total running through it. And we're going to right click on this, or actually we're just going to right click, not shift click, and that will load the settings into it. We're going to do the same thing on this side, and as you can see, the color code, it goes white, and when I mouse over it with NEI, you can see it says device missing channel. It will take about 5-10 seconds for it to pair up with its partner, at which time we'll change to device online, as you can see there, and we should start to see these cables should light up here shortly thereafter. They haven't lit up yet. They should. There they go. And as you can see visually, we can see that we have 24 of the 32 channels up and running on either side, which means all our drives are connected. On each of these arms, there's only 4, because we only have 4 piled up above. And as you can see, at each point throughout the NEI, or the little network we have right here, if you watch NEI at the top, you can see there's 24 here, but there's only 16 here. Drops down to 8, and so forth, and 4 on each of the arms. So it's a very easy way to visualize it. And again, on this network down here, you can see there's 2 channels in use on it right now. So we've now joined in our 2 data banks. We're going to join in our 3rd one, which is this guy right here. And we're going to say, again, just place the setting into it. And it says device missing channel. We're just going to hang out and just make sure it switches over to device online before we go upstairs. Should go. Oh, perfect. And you can see the color code did match the cable it's connected to. Perfect. So it shows device online. We've now run Ender IO dense ME conduit, which is the same thing as running our big conduit we have right here, but it's in a much more compact space. So we're going to run that up to the top, And we're going to go put the interface and everything up there that we're going to join it to. So because you can't put a screen directly on an Ender IO product, much like this, it tries to connect it the other way. What you have to do is you just simply place one, I use a little 8-channel smart cable. They're probably the best for this because you can visualize it in the long run too. We're going to put the terminal right here. And as you can see, we've right-clicked on it, and that has it all connected right now. So this should be connected into our network. And so we can place an ME conduit. We place some ME conduit into it. We can also go, if we really wanted to, we could actually go and put another terminal. Let's put it down below. Just for right now, we haven't run any other cables anywhere else. But if I take terminal, let's see here, where's our ME terminal? And we place it just simply right here. Grab some smart cable, run it down. Again, this should be another terminal that shows the exact same amount, and it does, which is the 70 on here. So if I take out a stack, we're left with 38. I can go to the other side. Again, it will have 38. So we've now successfully bound all three of these networks via P2P back to our controller and tied them all into our central unit down here. And we can just continue kind of expanding our base with our applied energetics needs thereafter on this. So hopefully this helps. One thing we're going to do is I can just show you a little bit about it. We'll go into it in detail in a later episode, but with facades, you can hide all this and make it look very pretty. So there's an item called the conduit facade. And you can actually paint these any color. So I painted this the same color as sandstone, which allows me to do that. If you want to see what's going on behind the scenes, you can actually switch to your Yeta wrench, and you'll see that any blocks you've replaced will become transparent at this time with the Ender IO wrench. And much like the Ender IO can be covered with a facade, you can cover the applied energetics cabling with the type of facades as well, which are these cable facades. And you can, again, color them any color you want. So I'm just going to quickly click on the cable, just quickly with my cross so you can see I'm clicking there. And now it's nice and flat along the wall. And I can come up to it anytime, and I can take things in and out of my network just by placing it in. So hope this helped. Hopefully just answered any question you had to do with the ME side of the P2P network. All the other P2Ps do work very similarly, but we will go through them in detail. Probably in a later episode where we kind of lay them all out side by side, but we will continue to use them and explain them as we go through them in our little walkthrough here. So hope it's all as well. Like I said, if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe. Talk to you soon. Thanks.